So the isolation is relevant to the European Union. So the European Union has isolated itself from the United States now, isolated himself from China because of the trade war, and isolated himself from Russia because of the sanction policy. So if somebody is isolated here, is the European Union as such. Hungary has good relation to all three directions, so we are not isolated at all. So the isolation is relevant to the European Union. So the European Union has isolated itself from the United States now, isolated himself from China because of the trade war, and isolated himself from Russia because of the sanction policy. So if somebody is isolated here, is the European Union as such. Hungary has good relation to all three directions, so we are not isolated at all. The policy of President Trump in that respect is more than right. So we have to spend more. The question is, for what? Well, because now we have various options. The first, we have to spend more money to make stronger our own military capacities and defense capacities. But at the same time, somebody should finance the Ukrainian army, which is a huge amount of money, and the Americans will not part of that in the future. Then we have to finance somehow the state of Ukraine, because otherwise it would collapse. So I think these three things together, three packages together, is just simply too much.
And are you worried about
I think Europe cannot afford that. Hungary definitely not.
I think today history is being written. We are coming out of this European Council very determined to ensure Europe's security and to act with the scale, the speed and the resolve that this situation demands. We are determined to invest more, to invest better and to invest faster together. From Paris to London to Brussels, we have shown that we are willing and able to step up our joint efforts and to coordinate effectively. Fact is that Europe is facing a clear and present danger. And this is why I presented the Rearm Europe plan today to the leaders, a plan to give Europe the military capability that it needs to face today's threats. It could mobilize up to 800 billion euros, and it is about taking more responsibility on our shoulders for our own security, because the urgency is real.
We have taken concrete decisions to provide new resources, new tools, new instruments for our defence capabilities. That means to invest in our economy and to protect our citizens. First, we have decided to invest in priority areas already defined by the European Defence Agency, reflecting the lessons learned from the war in Ukraine and in full coherence with NATO. Air and missile defence, artillery systems, missiles and ammunition, drones and anti-drone systems, strategic enablers, military mobility, artificial intelligence, cyber and electronic warfare. Second, we have decided to mobilize additional public and private funds for our defence. We will create a new European instrument up to 150 billion euros to support member states in boosting the defence capabilities that are urgently needed.